Hey, it's Kat, and today I want to talk to you about hell. I know I have this smile on my face and I want to talk about something so grim but yes, the last message that I shared with you had to do with knowing that God is not punishing you. God does not punish people. And that led to more thoughts and something else I want to sort of develop this further, and that is that the only hell that there is the hell that we create in our own minds, that we create for ourselves, and then, of course, that we create around us. As I started, starting to sort of seek God on my own, there are certain things that I started, learning and seeing differently, and maybe like, oh my gosh, some I wasn't maybe really ready for at first, because, all this conditioning, all this layering, whether religious conditioning, social conditioning, that's been, sort of layered one upon another, and it's like, what's the truth? Who am I really? And so as the layers start to be removed, there are certain things that you start to see differently, and you start to see more and more of the truth and more of who you are, and what you want. As these layers in my life have been removed, certain things I was ready to receive, and I'm like, yes, certain revelations or just, new way of seeing things. And certain ones, I was like scared to, because, the conditioning was so deep in me that it's like, oh my God, certain things would scare me. And this idea that there is no hell actually scared me. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, wouldn't you think that if you all of a sudden realize that there is no such thing as hell, like hell where you go after you die, wouldn't you be like, wow, excited? No, at first it actually scared me to think that there actually might not be a hell. Because everything that I had believed up until that point was sort of built upon this foundation that there is a heaven and that there is a hell. And if you believe in Jesus, then you'll go to heaven, and if you don't, you'll go to hell. That's interesting, isn't it? Think about that for a second. Eventually, I embraced it, and, it's like the veil is lifted. My eyes were open, like, wow. And that completely changed, just like the whole, like, God not punishing us, there is no hell. It completely changed so much for me in the way I lived my life, the way I, see things, and most importantly, see other people. Think about the idea that maybe there isn't such a thing as a hell, and that the only hell that there is the hell that we create for ourselves by what we believe and the limitations that we allow to be imposed upon us, the conditioning that we allow. That is the hell. That is, the hell that we feel, the suffering that we feel. Ultimately, how I see it is that, as you begin to see more and more of the truth and begin to live more and more from divine in you, from God within you, then you doing it for yourself, then it will, affect all the people around you, and ultimately, I think we will see heaven on earth, actually. So, there is a scripture that says the kingdom of heaven is within you. Why don't we ever, focus on that in church? The kingdom of heaven is within you. Within you. So as you start to see that and live from that, you will affect everything around you, this entire world. That's all for now. Lots of love to you, and we'll talk again soon. Ciao.